still in business. As long as they found success after their pitch, they're fair game. Which failed Shark Tank pitch was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, BedJet. Season 6 of Shark Tank gave NASA engineer Marco Romley the financial opportunity of a lifetime. His invention? The BedJet, a climate control system made especially for beds. This device helps to alleviate the discomfort of a bed getting too hot or too cold.
What I have a problem with is that when I asked about the technology, you kept on selling. I just don't like the vibe. I just don't think you have all the pieces yet to go forward. And so for those reasons, I'm out.
All 5 sharks rejected the pitch, with Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful as ever, going as far as to say, quote, "You will never sell this device." Well, sharks, we got some news for you. This did sell, and it sold well.
If you've ever woken up too hot, you've ever woken up too cold, and you wish you could just press a button and have your bed feel exactly the way you want, that's what our product does.
In fact, by the end of 2020, the company had sold its 100,000th unit and launched additional add-on products. Number 19, Hycon LLC. This entry is unique in that it was both a success and a failure when it came to working with Shark Tank.
Hycon. Hycon is the world's fastest way to connect and disconnect from a hydrant. So let me show you how that's done.
Built for fire departments as a faster way to attach fire hoses to hydrants, Hycon was originally funded by Mark Cuban, but the deal fell through shortly after the episode aired. So, although this pitch was accepted, Hycon founder Jeff Stroop had to go his own way, and according to NerdWallet, eventually grew the company's value up to as high as $5 million. Since then, however, it seems this hose adapter may have lost its adaptability. Both the company's website and their social media presence have gone cold, and their online store is no longer available. Number 18, Kodiak Cakes. Aside from possibly getting funded, the biggest advantage to appearing on a show like Shark Tank is the opportunity for visibility.
Hey Sharks, I'm Joel Clark, and I'm Cameron Smith. And our product is Kodiak Cakes. We're here seeking $500,000 in exchange for 10% of the business.
Kodiak Cakes were already selling in Safeways and Targets, but the business owners, Joel Clark and Cameron Smith, decided Shark Tank would be a good way to gain more exposure.
And when I was 8 years old, I went around the neighborhood and sold pancake mixes like these out of a red wagon. My mom had always wanted to sell her whole wheat pancake recipe as a mix.
They managed to get 2 offers, but felt that the Sharks undervalued the company's worth, so they walked away. It turned out they had been right about gaining exposure, though, because within 6 weeks of the episode airing, they had brought in $1 million of additional revenue. Shortly after, the success of their business was taken to whole new heights with the launch of new protein power cakes. The Sharks certainly missed a sweet opportunity.
It's always been about great tasting food that's nutritious, that's actually good for you.
Number 7. The Books Company. You would think that a flower shop wouldn't have anything all that unique to offer. Well, how about getting your flowers shipped straight from a flower farm at the bottom of a volcano? In Season 5, John Tabas tried to get funding for his flower delivery company. The Sharks were very impressed by the quality, but took issue with the lengthy delivery time.
It's a flower business.
I think it's a terrible name.
It is 6 days to delivery.
Whoa! I know.
That killed any chance of John getting an offer, and he left sharkless. But that didn't stop him from persevering in his business, though. And 3 years later, one of the Sharks came back to bite. Robert Herjavec was looking for wedding flowers and remembered the company.
I say, John, Robert from Shark Tank, how come flowers cost so much? He said, come and see me, I'll explain the flower business to you.
After being so impressed by how they had grown, he became an investor. Number 16, The Smart Baker. Husband and wife team Daniel and Stephanie Rensing launched an entire business out of a measurement conversion cheat sheet Daniel created for his wife in the form of an apron.
Since most recipes call for an amount much too high for just 2 people, I'm always left on my own to scale recipes down and convert odds measurements.
When she lost her job, Stephanie put all of her time and effort into turning her baking accessories into a business. In order to get their products out to a larger market, they appeared on Shark Tank in search of an investor.
What's unique is that it's printed upside down, so you can read it while you're wearing it. Within 2 weeks of creating the cheat sheet apron and putting it online, we quickly went from selling a few a week to over 50 a day.
They did secure a deal with Barbara Corcoran,
You gotta do it.
but it ultimately fell through and they continued on their own. The exposure from the show was well worth the trip, however, because the following year saw their revenue grow to $600,000. They have since added several other products to their repertoire, including cake towers and specialized parchment paper. Number 15, Voyage Air Guitar. If you've ever had to transport a guitar anywhere, this is a product that'll catch your eye.
But that's not all they do. They don't just look good. They don't just sound good.
Jeff Cohen and his son Josh came on season 1 to pitch a unique acoustic guitar with a foldable neck.
They fold in half.
In the original episode, they were offered $500,000 for 51% of the company, but Jeff was not interested in giving up that much.
You're going in the wrong direction. It's so obvious. Mr. Guitar Guy and son who hasn't said anything yet.
After walking away, the company received a lot of exposure due to the episode and saw major successes. Jeff returned in season 3 and secured a deal with Kevin O'Leary, only to have it cut from the episode. They have since secured a licensing deal with Fender, one of the largest manufacturers of string instruments in the world. Number 14, Eco-Nuts. Upon hearing this name, you might be fooled into believing this is another one of those healthy snack options. Turns out, this product isn't even edible.
This is our secret weapon. It's an organic berry from the Himalayas that naturally produces a soap.
Mona Weiss and Scott Shields entered the tank to pitch their eco-friendly soap substitute, which is made from the soap nuts of a Himalayan lychee tree, hence the name.
It releases a natural soap as it gets shaken around, which can do your laundry.
Even before appearing on the show, their little business was quite busy, raking in $100,000 in sales the year prior. Scott estimated that it was $1 million market, but the Sharks didn't buy it and the two were sent packing. Their time in the tank yielded them a boost in sales, and actually did put them past the $1 million mark. The company is still around today, and has expanded to include other products. Number 13, Lip Bar.
Our messaging is empowerment.
Breaking into the beauty industry isn't an easy thing to do, but these two makeup artists were determined. Pitching their all-natural and extensively colored line of lipsticks, entrepreneurs Melissa Butler and Roscoe Spears managed to impress the Sharks with the quality of their product.
Where are you making these?
I actually make them by hand myself.
You make them by
Yes,
hand?
so I didn't have...
At home?
Yes.
However, the duo's weak numbers and confused marketing strategy had the Sharks bowing out. Apparently, magazines like Cosmopolitan and Ebony thought otherwise, however, as the two have enjoyed coverage from both, and have launched their own mobile lip bar tour to further spread their brand.
It's tough to pitch a lipstick company to a group of 4 guys. It's almost impossible.
Number 12, Meal Enders. Have you ever finished a meal and felt completely full, yet you still reached for an extra snack? Yeah, happens to the best of us. Meal Enders gets it though.
Signaling lozenges combine behavioral psychology and sensory science to help you beat overeating, master portion control, and curb snacking.
Their product comes in the form of lozenges intended to discourage overeating. After selling more than $1 million worth of product, founder Mark Bernstein went into the tank looking for additional investors to grow his business.
What's your sales in a year and a half?
$1.4 million.
Although they were intrigued at first, in the end, none of the Sharks wanted in. However, as we've mentioned, exposure can sometimes be worth just as much as a deal, and his product made over $400,000 in just a few days after the episode aired. The lozenges are still currently for sale on Amazon and on Meal Enders' website. Number 11, Hammer and Nails. The market for men's hygiene and personal care is ever increasingly on the rise. Unfortunately, for men interested in hand care and foot care, there aren't a lot of options that don't involve salons directly targeted to women. Michael Elliott wanted to change that with a line of salons dedicated to men.
In my shop, guys feel right at home with low lighting, in oversized leather chairs just like this, wearing high-end headphones.
In the end, Elliott wasn't able to convince any of the Sharks to go into business with him.
Kevin, the only thing that speaks the truth to a franchisee is cash flow.
No, listen.
That's what they want to know, cash flow.
But his appearance on the show gave him the $200,000 he was looking for from other investors. Elliott opted to franchise his brand, which allowed the business to expand beyond a few shops here and there. Hammer and Nail salons for men are now available all across the United States.
Mucinex Night Shift fights your worst nighttime symptoms, so you can get to sleep and wake up ready to go. How could you? Wake up to a new you. With Mucinex Night Shift, it's not cold and flu season. It's always comeback season.
Save big and win on the Shoe Carnival Holiday Savings Express with styles from Doc Martens, Nike, Hey Dude, and more. Don't miss your chance to win cash cards, stocking stuffers, and gifts this holiday season at Shoe Carnival.
Number 10. Slausa.
When was the last time you were at a grilling or tailgating event and someone actually complimented the host or hostess on their condiments?
Get a little coleslaw, a little salsa, throw in some mustard, and you've got the unique condiment called Slausa.
Right now, I'd like for you all to taste salsa and how truly salsa it is.
While Julie Boucher isn't the creator of the hamburger and hot dog topping, she is the owner of the company, after having purchased it in 2013.
For the garlic lovers like Robert, we have a garlic and a garlic spicy.
Thank you.
We have the original and the spicy as well.
She was thus the one to pitch the brand on season 5 of Shark Tank, subsequent to introducing the product to more than 4,000 stores across the U.S.
If we had not saved up, I wouldn't have taken a leap to become an entrepreneur. So that's my responsibility.
Her tenacity earned her admiration from the Sharks, but unfortunately not their funds. Since her appearance on the show, Slausa has expanded to the shelves of more than 7,000 stores. Number 9. Rocketbook.
What are you selling, Martians?
People love it. It's fun.
Making it to number 1 on Amazon is every developer's dream, and these two managed to do it without the Sharks' help. Pitching their idea for a reusable digital notebook that was reset by putting it in the microwave, entrepreneurs Jake Epstein and Joe LeMay claim to have a revolutionary idea on their hands.
There's a lot of engineering that has gone into the construction of a microwave-safe notebook.
However, not only did the Sharks not see an opportunity with the product, they laughed the duo off the show, right into the arms of success. Shortly after airing, Epstein and LeMay reported earnings of over $10 million, and the Rocketbook was Amazon's #1 best-selling notebook in November 2016. Number 8. Coffee meets bagel.
Sharks, I know what you're thinking. It's another dating site.
These sisters said it themselves. It's yet another dating site. However, the idea behind the app, which allows users to meet potential dates through mutual friends on social media, was unique enough that it sparked a huge offer from shark Mark Cuban. $30 million for the entire company.
Let me ask you a question. If I offered you $30 million for the company, would you take it?
The sisters refused, preferring to keep the company for themselves. Though the offer itself fell through, seeing the interest from Cuban drew other investors to the app once the show aired. Enjoying massive amounts of marketing exposure and investor interest, the app continues to grow and make its mark in the world of online dating.
Well, you buy it. You buy the history.
It's the mystery. A lot of people want to know, how am I connected to this person?
Number 7. Cell Helmet.
Basically the way it works is when you purchase... I hate your business model so much, I have to punish you. I just don't know how.
It's a profitable venture.
Even billionaires drop their phones sometimes. To avoid the problem of smashed phone screens, David Artuso and Mike Kane came up with an idea for a tougher phone case, as well as a guaranteed repair or replacement if the phone broke while within it.
Are we magicians? Not at all. We just happen to be the only company on Earth who's bundling our protective accessories with a safety net of accidental damage coverage.
Unfortunately, the Sharks weren't biting, predicting that bigger companies with larger budgets would pounce on the idea as soon as Cell Helmet became big. It didn't take long for the investors to scatter. But upon arriving home, the two founders immediately discovered that their inbox was filled with offers from other investors. Cell Helmet has been available at over 3,000 wireless stores across the U.S.
It's time for you to get on the boat. And it's with heavy heart that I set it afire and float it out to the tank.
Thank you guys. Appreciate your time.
Number 6. Zero Shoes.
Zero shoes are a high-tech version of mankind's favorite footwear since 15,000 BC.